guys, welcome to another episode of Hawking Hill's Garage. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, keep up to date on all the latest videos. Also hit that push notifications to get alerts every time I post something new. Today I'm going to be looking into the tag light issue. I've been driving this car around as much as I can to enjoy it while the weather is still pretty nice outside. Certain issues that came to light. One of them is my tag lights do not work. I'm hoping it's just blowed bulbs. I'm not really sure with this car because obviously it's had a lot of other electrical issues. So hopefully it's just blowed bulbs, but if it's not, we will get in and see if we can diagnose that. So I'm going to take you guys through the process of checking these lights and see if they work and maybe testing to see if they're getting power to them. Stay tuned. Okay guys, as you see here, I have two tag lights on this car. Looks like there's just a Phillips to take either one. Obviously these bolts are pretty rusty, so hopefully I do not break them in the process, but we're going to go through and try to take these bolts out and check these lights and see if they're actually still good first before we go trying to trace any wires. So our first issue I ran into is this screw right there. I'm not sure if you can see, it is rusted, it is stripped. I cannot get it out. I was able to get this other one out pretty decently. This, I got both of them out. Got all the screws over here. And as you can see, that bulb was supposed to be clear. Obviously, it does not look very clear. Obviously, that looks like it's blowed. We are going to go ahead and try to pop this out, and we will see. Well, I'll get the light tester and we'll see if there's getting power to this when I turn on my parking lights and see if this is actually getting power, and we'll go from there. Okay, we got the bulbs out. You see that's got a really dark mark around it. It's obviously blowed. It's no good. Sometimes you can put them up to the light and be able to see through them. Obviously you cannot see hardly at all through that. Look at the filaments. So I think you can see the filaments hanging down to the side. So this is obviously blood. That's actually a good sign, hopefully, that I don't have a wiring issue. So we're going to get the test light just to make sure it's getting power to that plug where this bulb goes. And then if that's just the issue, I can always run down to the local unnamed parts store and get some new bulbs and take care of it. I might update these to LEDs just to go ahead and do it. LEDs last longer, take a little bit less wattage, and hopefully I won't have to ever replace them again. I still got to get in there and figure out how I'm going to get that screw out. I might end up drilling it out, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Okay guys, so I want to test to see if this is getting power to it. I can do this with the regular little test light. Some people can use a multimeter. I don't think I'm going to use that. This car only puts out 12 volts, especially to the lighting system. So a test light will do the job just fine, just so I can make sure it's getting voltage back here to the tag lights. So basically with a test light, you're just going to ground out your little clip here, and then we're just going to touch the lead for the one that is power, and we're going to see if it's getting 12 volts to it at least, or at least showing a current. You can also do this in reverse. You can put this to a power and then touch the negative side to see if it's getting a good ground. So unfortunately I don't have 12 volts to get back here to try that, so we were going to just test the 12 volt power side. So I'm going to ground this out and then we're going to check this. Usually when you ground these, you want to get to a nice piece of metal that's actually through the body. We're going to try one of these bolts, see if it's got a good might not have a good enough ground. Let's see if we can find out. We'll hook it to the latch down here. Hopefully that's got a good ground. There we go. See how that light lights up? That means it's getting power. That's good. So we know this socket's good. So then we just got to replace that bulb and we should be good. Like I said, I think I'm going to update these to LED. Get that out of the way so we have something really nice and bright. I still got to drill this screw out probably and replace it, and check this light bulb too. Make sure it's doing good, but stay tuned. Finally able to get that screw drilled out. Luckily I didn't have to go all the way through. The vibration I think was enough to get the screw to come loose a little bit, so that worked. This connector looks really rough, really rusted and crappy. The bulb doesn't look very good either. We're going to pop this out, take a look at it. Yeah, that was blowed. Not very good. So we're going to go ahead and test this anyway, just to see if this is getting power. If it's getting power, then we're good. I might look into trying to get that rust cleaned off there anyway. Let's see what we can do there. But let's go ahead and test this and make sure we're getting power here, and get back to you. Okay, we got our test light here. We're going to test this and see if it's actually getting 12 volts to it. Obviously, like you've seen before, when I touch that to a 12 volt, it is grounded right here on the trunk latch, so that should be a really good earthy ground. We're going to test it and see if it's getting power to it. If it's getting power to it, then we're good. Like I said, I might clean this rust up. Let's go ahead and try it. Oh, there you go. See, yep, getting power to it, which is good. That's great. So these probably do work, obviously. I just got to replace bulbs in them. There's a lot of rust on both of them, actually. I might look into trying to clean that up somehow, just to put it back together. Put new screws in it, because these screws, excuse me, these screws are really rough too, really rusted, not very good. So I might look into trying to find new screws that'll fit in there after I get this rust cleaned up. So yeah, so luckily I do not have to redo any rewiring. Just some new light bulbs, clean up some rust, some new screws. So that is great, guys. So perfect. So luckily today I didn't have to trace any wires or anything like that. They worked out. Like I said, I ain't gonna clean the rust up on those connectors. Try to find me something that'll take that rust off without damaging them too bad. A little bit of insight. I am in no way a professional mechanic. Never have been, never will be, to be honest. Most of my knowledge is picked up from, watching videos on YouTube, know-how videos, the Chilton's manuals, asking professional mechanics. If I don't know something, I Google it. If I don't know something, I'll ask somebody I know who does know what they're doing. But I will try my hardest to do it myself, going off what everybody else has told me to do, or reading the book. That being said, a lot of people I know don't work on their cars. They take it to the dealership, they have them do the basic maintenance and everything, which is perfectly fine. It's what they're comfortable with, they know it gets done right, which is great. Me, I like to do stuff myself, a little bit hands-on. It gives me a better feeling about the car knowing that I worked on it and it's running the way it is because of me. Sometimes a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. That being said, some of these videos seem kind of ridiculous. Tag light bulbs, stuff like that. that's something you can do in your own garage or out in your own driveway. Instead of taking it to a dealership and they're charging you $50 an hour to replace 2 light bulbs. Yes, I had to do a little drilling on that, but if you got a newer car, it's sometimes pretty simple. It's worth to get the knowledge. Even if you're not going to do it yourself, at least know what you're talking about. That way you can go to garages and stuff, and if they say something, you can say, I understand what you're talking about, or make sure they're not trying to rip you off. I've heard of garages doing that, where they say, hey, you need this replaced when you actually don't, and they're charging you an outrageous price to do this. Even if you're not going to do it yourself, maybe go online and look up into it, get some background information, check some forums for the car you have. I learned a lot for this car so far just off going on the Volkswagen forums. It's not something that everybody is born knowing. A lot of people, it's trial and error. They learn this stuff as they go. If you know something that is a whiz about the car they own and they know that car inside and out, it's not because they went to school for that car, it's because they own one, they've went through it, they've done it inside and out. They know exactly where every nut and bolt goes. They know the common problems. Personally, when I buy a car, I always get online and I look up what are the common issues with this car. You know, whether it's bad transmissions or, you know, faulty fuel pumps or anything like that. Know what you're getting yourself into. And even if you don't work on your own car, at least know about what people are doing who are working on your vehicle, so you're not getting the wrong end of the stick. Now, some of these videos on here are going to be really common sense stuff for the everyday car guy. Some of them are going to be pretty informative for anybody else who doesn't regularly work on their cars. That being said, there's also going to be some stuff on here that most people probably won't do, or some people do every day. Take what you can take from this video or not, or just take whatever I give you and, I don't know, get what you can. Whether it's a fun time making fun of me, watching me screw up things on a car, or if you actually get some knowledge out of it, that's great. Either way at it, you know, as long as we're both having fun together, enjoy it, guys. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that now and keep up to date on all my videos. I'll have more coming soon. Also, hit that post notification button, and you can get the updates and notifications on when I do post new videos. Jump over to Facebook and like my page, Hocking Hills Garage, at Hocking Hills Garage Facebook. I'll be posting updates on there, sneak previews to what the next video is going to be. And if you need to message me, you can message me at hockinghills@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Facebook at the Hocking Hills Facebook page. And until next time, I will see you later.